Hello and welcome to COVID Convos with Maddie Carver. I'm Maddie Carver, and today I'm so excited to have with me Aaron Luck, who's a specialist, an architecture and design specialist with Shaw Contract. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, thank you for having me, Maddie. This is so exciting.
Oh, well, I'm so happy to have you, my industry buddy. You were one of my first buddies when I got my job, and I'm just so happy to be able to chat with you today.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
so I'm so excited for you because you just bought a new house.
Yeah, so we moved in April, and so moving was interesting. But yeah, we moved from South Philly to Mount Airy. We
During the pandemic.
Yes, yeah, no movers, nothing. It was actually quite interesting. We had some patio furniture on our roof deck of our old house that, I mean, obviously it got wet and snowed on and rained on, and all the parts like rusted together. So we couldn't take it apart to get it back down through the house. So we like tied up the furniture and hoisted it over the side, and it probably was probably not the safest thing, and I'm sure our neighbors got a real kick out of seeing us move. But
well, you know what? Whatever it takes to keep your minds off of the coronavirus, I'm sure that it's you could think about COVID, or you could think about throwing your furniture off the side of your roof.
exactly, yeah.
Well,
And so
congratulations! I'm really
thank you.
happy for you, and I love watching your Instagram stories and your posts with all your beautiful improvements.
Yeah, the house is a little over 100 years old. It was actually originally a sheep farm, or the most original structure was a sheep farm. And then in the 20s, it was kind of added on to. And so it's been great, and no shortage of projects at all. But hey, like you said, it's been definitely something to put some energy into.
Well, that's super exciting, and I can't wait to come over and drink wine. So
Absolutely. Come
I'll
on
be
over.
waiting for that. So, you have a little furry baby
I
also who's
do.
enjoying her new home. Little Lily. Can we say hello to Lily?
So she was up here a few minutes ago. I'm sure she will come up to investigate at some
Okay.
point. My husband, Anthony, is out running errands, and she waits patiently out at the front door, like looking out when either one of us go anywhere. So she's there waiting, but
She
we,
loves her daddies.
yeah, yes. So, and we love her. It was her birthday last week, so she turned
Oh.
4, and but she loves it here because we have a yard, and she has quickly turned from a city girl into a suburbanite. And we like to joke that it is birds, squirrels, Amazon Prime, oh my, because she just like watches for everything and freaks out. So it's been really nice to have that for
Cute.
her.
Well, hopefully she'll make a surprise guest appearance at some point during this broadcast.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes,
I
I'd
did
love to
bring a
at
little
least.
piece of cheese up here to entice her. So
Oh, good. Oh, good.
yeah.
Little hot dog, piece of hot dog. So Aaron, you are kind of known in our industry for just being so fun and positive, and every time everyone sees you when we're at an event or there's something going on or we're working on a project, you just exude love and light and laughter. And I know that, it's during this COVID quarantine time, it's been tough to kind of keep up that persona or that mindset. Can you give us any tips or any insight into maybe how you're keeping yourself positive and keeping things, inspired during this time?
Yeah, so I think that, I've always kind of blurred the lines between work and personal life, and same as yourself. I make friends with, a ton of the people that I work with, whether it's a designer or an architect or dealer installer or even competitors. I'm friends with a lot of those as well, and I think that just kind of humanizing everyone and everything, and taking an approach of like, well, hey, that person and we're friends. So I think that that's really helped. And then, just trying to and I think all too often we in our normal lives get really caught up in like, hi, how are you? But don't always necessarily mean that question. So, I mean, not that we don't mean it, but just like,
Well,
you're
right.
busy,
It's kind of
you're
like
going
in
through.
passing. Like
Yeah,
it's a nicety, and it's like, well, wait, let's stop and really listen to the answer.
absolutely. So instead of just saying like, I hope you're doing well, like, how are you? Or, offering, maybe showing a little bit of vulnerability and offering up what I did over the weekend or what I'm going through that day. I think that just, we're all in this together. And I think that is definitely something, that keeps me kind of grounded and together and always wanting to work towards making it a better place for people.
Well, and I really can appreciate that, because I also feel too like we were so busy and things were so crazy and there was such an insane pace.
Yeah.
And in a way, I've talked a lot about maybe silver linings or
Yeah.
making lemonade out of lemons with this whole situation. And it is, part of it is taking the time to answer the question or listening to the question, and not just saying, how are you, blah blah blah, and then gloss over it. Like, actually really kind of having the time now to sit and chat and get to know each other better.
Absolutely. I mean, look at what a fantastic job you've done, like all of these interviews and all of the cool things that you're doing. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Aaron, I just love you. I knew there was a reason I loved you. So Aaron, you're very, very involved with IIDA. You're VP, you're on the board, you're the VP of membership. Mm-hmm. And, could you maybe speak to kind of the importance of an organization like IIDA right now? These organizations and associations are maybe having a little bit of a rough time with membership right now. What is kind of like, what is the importance of staying connected at a time like this?
Well, absolutely. So organizations like IIDA provide a really awesome sense of community, and it's a great place to build connections with people. And it's really incredibly easy to become involved and to start. And right now we're looking for all the involvement we can possibly get. And it builds, IDA for me has built such a sense of community, and it has gone to, I'm not from here, I'm a transplant, same as yourself. And it's really by leaps and bounds improved the sense of community that I have here in Philadelphia in the design world. And it's something that it's so nice to be able to lean on, because as reps, you and I, we get to interact with, people in all different offices and all different parts of the industry. But, it's just so interesting that IADA brings people together that, we may, even though we interact with so many different people that we may not interact with, and then just really getting to know them on a totally different level. And it's not work related. It's, it's being involved and giving back to the community and planning events. And so it really just adds a whole nother layer of satisfaction, to your life. It brings fulfillment.
And I was happy to see just this morning, there was a post that went out about, government action and getting involved with legislation to help interior designers and to help them further their careers and with licensing and with their credentials and things that they have to do. Sometimes there's unfair things that can happen, and IIDA is there to kind of help kind of right some of those wrongs and kind of lobby government. So there's so many facets, and I have met so many people, and yourself and so many others, and it really is such a great organization. So
it is, yeah. And everybody watching, Maddie is on the Design Awards Committee, which is all virtual this year, and Maddie and I are planning something really great for you all. So
stay tuned.
When tickets go on sale, you better buy them.
Yes.
We have a meeting tonight, right?
Yes, we do. 7 to 8:30. We're working our little behinds off for you guys. So get those wallets out. So, Erin, I want to just touch base a little bit with you about your past because we've been talking and you know, I kind of am talking to you like everybody knows you, but there are people out there that don't know you, Erin Luck from Shaw Contract. You know, what is kind of your background, your education? How did you end up where you are? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I'm from North Carolina. I have been in Philadelphia for 8 years now, and May will make 9. And I am from the mountains of North Carolina, from a very small town, and
That accent is not Philly, folks.
and so I went to NC State, and they have an amazing College of Textiles, and I mean the textile program there. It's everything from fashion design to manufacturing to polymer color chemistry to textile engineering. I mean, it's a really awesome program. And so I have a textile degree, and I actually thought I was maybe going to go into apparel, and I interned in New York and one summer in college. And my senior year of college, one of my very best friends, who was a few years older than me, went to work for a textile mill based here in Pennsylvania. And I just kind of learned more about the interiors world, and I loved it. And I actually took a job with them before I graduated, and moved up here like 4 days after graduation. And my husband was working for, he wasn't my husband then, but he was working for a company that is based in RTP and here in London. And so he transferred from Raleigh to Philadelphia, and it kind of worked out. And I worked at this textile mill for a few years, and then made the switch over to commercial flooring, which has been really great because at the mill that I worked for, a lot of our customers, or very few of our customers, were local. So you would see people, you know, maybe 3 times a year, 4 times a year. But it's been really awesome having a job where I interact with the same people and I see them. And, you know, you can just build relationships on a totally different level in that capacity. So, and, you know, the Philadelphia area is awesome. Are you loving it?
I love Philadelphia, and I think great things happen in Philadelphia.
I do too.
Yeah. Well, Erin, I just, you know, I could sit here and I could pop open a bottle of Chardonnay and I could just sit here and talk to you for hours and just have a blast. But I think we've come to the end of our little interview here, and I need to ask you before we go, what Netflix shows are you binging? Hulu, Amazon Prime, Alone Time, whatever. And what music can you suggest for my quarantine playlist?
Yeah, so shows. My husband's a little bit of a TV-aholic, so we watch a decent amount of TV.
Good.
But we actually, neither one of us ever watched Mad Men. And there are 7 seasons, and like, I think we counted it. There are like 96 hours of Mad Men available for free on Amazon Prime. So we are working our way through that, kind of playing catch up to the rest of the world.
Love it.
Yeah. And let's see, other TV shows. I don't know. We're really bad about when we start a series, we like work our way through that. Because
you don't really want to start something while you're in, and Mad Men takes a lot of brain power and effort. And I was having dreams about like John Hamm, which wasn't a bad thing, but you know, I mean, it's a lot because there's a lot of subject matter. Can be very, you know, powerfully thought-provoking, you know,
and jarring at times. Yeah.
Yes. Thank God it's 2020. Well, so Mad Men, and then what music are you listening to? What's keeping you feeling inspired and positive?
So, I mean,
or entertained.
So I am still listening to Taylor Swift's Folklore, like on repeat. Like if I'm cleaning the house, if I'm in the car, if I'm working in the yard. I mean, it's just like good. Really good music to have on in the background. You don't really have to think about it.
I love it.
I'm still hanging with my T Swift.
I love T Swift. That's What's a good album? I mean, and we needed it. Thank you,
Yeah.
T Swift.
Exactly.
So, well, we didn't get to see Lily, but
I
hopefully
know.
soon. Well, maybe I'll attach a little side picture of her on the video, but hopefully we'll get to see her next time. But Erin, it has been such a joy to chat with you, and thank you so much for joining me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And we'll see each other soon out in the world.
I'll see you on Zoom in an hour.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah.
You're on the phone with your girlfriend. She's upset.